Good morning. You're listening to Slices of Wenatchee. We're excited to bring you a closer look at one of our top stories and other important happenings every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Today, a brand new business incubator is opening its doors in Douglas County, and every space is already spoken for. Before we continue, have you joined Neighbor yet? If not, download the app today and join local conversations about issues that matter. Neighbor is a site just for our local community focused on facts, not misinformation. Best of all, it's free for everyone. To learn more, visit wenatcheeworld.com/NABUR. Now, let's jump in. The Chelan-Douglas Regional Port Authority celebrated a milestone this week with the grand opening of the Trades District, a long-planned small business incubator that's already fully leased and buzzing with anticipation. Located on South Billingsley Drive in East Wenatchee, the new district features a dozen commercial buildings designed to give startups, nonprofits, and small-scale producers a place to grow roots and thrive. Nearly 5 years in the making, the project began with a feasibility study and a big question. How can the port help address the lack of affordable production space in the Wenatchee Valley? Port CEO Jim Kuntz said the question has driven every step of the process, from securing funding to selecting tenants. He said at the ribbon-cutting ceremony, "We know it's hard to find affordable commercial space, especially for folks trying to get started. But 5 years later, we're here dedicating this facility, and all 12 buildings have been spoken for." The $14.2 million project was funded through a combination of grants, state appropriations, loans, and port contributions. State Representative Mike Steele, who attended the ceremony, called it a perfect example of smart public investment. He told the crowd, "This is your money, and this is what we do with it to make things better for the communities we serve." Among the first tenants is Letitia Holmes, owner of Heirloom Baking Company. Holmes brings a unique blend of corporate experience, classical French culinary training, and deep cultural roots to her new space. Originally from California, she worked as a regional manager for Panera Bread across 5 states before leaving the corporate world behind. She moved to Washington in 2019, and now, with 4 dogs at home and no way to operate a cottage bakery, she finally has a space she needs to share her passion with the community. Holmes toured the site while it was still under construction and said she immediately knew this is where her dream bakery would take shape. While she plans to begin with online ordering and pickup, she has big ideas for the future. A cozy cafe, community events, maybe even book clubs and Dungeons & Dragons nights. Holmes also hopes to incorporate her Hispanic heritage into her menu, offer scholarships for students, and give back to local causes. Down the street in another new unit, Natalia Ko is preparing to launch Sekawan Coffee. The name means a group of good friends in Indonesian, a nod to the strong connections she's built with independent coffee roasters overseas. During the pandemic, Ko dove into coffee as a serious craft, learning through trial and error. After being turned down for a barista job at Starbucks, she took her passion to the Wenatchee Valley Farmers Market, where she eventually heard about the Trades District. Now, she's preparing to open a specialty coffee bar focused on quality and education. No syrups, no artificial flavors, just carefully selected single-origin beans with natural notes of fruit, florals, or tea-like qualities. She plans to offer manual brew methods like Pulsar and Phase 60, and hopes both coffee aficionados and newcomers will find something to love in her space. This isn't her first small business either. Ko is also a professional wedding photographer and sees this new venture as an evolution of her creative journey. The Trades District grand opening brought together community members, elected officials, and public agencies, all celebrating a shared commitment to economic vitality. Douglas County Commissioner Mark Straub said small businesses are at the heart of job creation and community resilience, and this new district is a key step forward. With tenants preparing to open in September, the Trades District stands as a symbol of what's possible when vision meets persistence, and when a region invests in its own entrepreneurial spirit. For more, head over to wenatcheeworld.com. Are you passionate about the issues shaping North Central Washington? Then you won't want to miss the Wenatchee World Forum at PIBUS, This monthly event brings together newsmakers and the community to dive into the topics that matter most. It's your chance to engage, ask questions, and be part of the conversation shaping our region's future. Have questions or need more info? Visit wenatcheeworld.com/forum. Now, a few other stories you should know about. The FBI has shut down trails and roads around the Rock Island campground near Leavenworth as the manhunt for Travis Decker intensifies. Decker is the primary suspect in the deaths of his 3 young daughters, whose bodies were found at the campground in June. DNA evidence has linked him to the scene, and agents along the search dogs are sweeping the area for new leads. The closures remain in effect through Wednesday evening as the investigation continues. A new state report is shedding light on just how serious the mental health crisis has become for Washington farmers. Farmers face long hours, tight margins, and mounting regulatory challenges, conditions that have contributed to suicide rates 25% higher than the state average. Second-generation orchidist Alma Torres-Jones, who runs an 80-acre farm in Omak, said it's become harder to stay afloat, especially after storms like the 2022 hail event that destroyed her crop in minutes. The report recommends integrating mental health services with agriculture-specific support lines and boosting financial assistance for farm families. A 27-year-old man from Kashmir was arrested this week in connection to the overdose death of a recovering addict in East Wenatchee. Police say Casey Strain sold drugs to the 26-year-old woman, who was later found unresponsive at her home in December. Evidence from cell phone messages and paraphernalia at the scene led to Strain's arrest. He now faces multiple felony charges, including controlled substances homicide and delivery of a controlled substance. State Treasurer Mike Pelliciotti visited Wenatchee this week, addressing the local Rotary Club about Washington's strong financial standing and advocating for required financial education in schools. While praising bipartisan efforts to keep the state's AAA credit rating intact, he emphasized the need for young people to understand basic financial tools before entering adulthood. He also promoted the state's unclaimed property program and other efforts to ease financial pressures for Washington's residents. Pelliciotti plans to return to North Central Washington this fall as part of a continued outreach program. Thanks for listening. For more information on all the stories you heard today, visit us at wenatcheeworld.com. The Wenatchee World has been engaging, informing, and inspiring North Central Washington communities since 1905. We encourage you to subscribe today to keep your heart and mind connected to what matters most in North Central Washington. Thanks for starting your morning with us, and don't forget to subscribe to Slices of Wenatchee wherever you listen to podcasts.